Shigeru!
I can just imagine the fart huffing hoedown that spawned this inexplicable phenomenon. Hey Shigeru, quit doing the backstroke in your swimming pool filled with molten silver. I got a brainstorm, bud. You got 5 minutes, rap with me, babe. So, we lure small children with the promise of collecting cute cartoon animals to designated child napping zones outside seedy convenience stores and butt sex bars. We sell them shit along the way so they keep their parents' credit card on their person at all times.
Credit card, you got it.
As they level up their character, we make the fights harder, so they have to remain in one spot, bereft of adult supervision for prohibitively long periods of fucking time. Brilliant, love it. Now order me 5 more salt and pepper Yoko wigs. Who came up with this game? Roman Polanski, Movie Bob, and the Windowless Van Enthusiast Union? That's not fair, Razorfist. Why, there's gameplay. You just want to complain. You know me, folks. Gotta kvetch 'em all. In fact, I agree. If you awaken from a cold sweat one night, racked with a bottomless, indiscriminate hunger for the most piss-poor approximation of Pokemon gameplay imaginable, fuck this game still. Buy a Tiger handheld. If you need to go for a walk, do what everyone else does. Move into a college dorm with an attractive male roommate. You will never see your domicile again. Or better yet, let's see how committed the essentialist asshats really are and give homelessness a try. You haven't lived until you've shit in a stranger's flower bed. But by God, if you need the mugging simulator to end all mugging simulators and you can't afford to move to Detroit, run, don't walk to the App Store and procure Pokemon Go. You can almost feel the Beretta against your brainstem. Next! I ask you, is there any studio more overrated than Platinum Games? Oh, they have their fans, their shrill, grating, pit-stained, virginal, marginally literate, pockmarked, bayoneted, body pillow humping, bad Metal Gear game apologizing, fur affinity filleting fans. But even if you enjoyed, let's face it, indescribably overhyped horseshit like Vanquish or Metal Gear Revengeancing of Vengeful Vengeancing Revengeancers, over the last 5 years these fuckers have gone from platinum to gold to silver to tinfoil to whatever the fuck they made the Pole and CM Punk's ass out of, and somewhere below that, in the lowest chambers of Chode, lurks TMNT Mutants in Manhattan. What the fuck happened here? Turtles, ninjas.
And I thought insurance salesmen were pushy.
Hack and slash, 4-player co-op, this game develops itself. How do you even begin to fuck up that formula? I'll tell you how, Jimmy Neutron. Add 2 parts suck-ass solution, 3 parts dog-shit design, bring it to a boil, and hand the camera to Michael Bay Fox operating a jackhammer and a triple shot espresso. Voila fucking la, my friend. Am I the only one who sees cell shading and immediately braces for bullshit? Sure, you might wind up with a peerless work of artistry, a Call of Juarez gunslinger, or Nino Cooney with an art style in unerring service to godlike gameplay, but 9 times out of 8, let's cut the shit. It's an excuse for the publisher to pay the art department in zebra cakes and compliments, and for the texture artists to smoke a bowl and pass out to Matlock reruns instead of doing their goddamn jobs. Which apparently was precluding the game from having the color palette of a Barney Baby Bop Bukkake. To its credit, the controls work, in so much as the coked up cameraman fucking permits them to, but therein lies the unifying object lesson of TMNT Mutants in Manhattan. In case you haven't seen The Miracle Worker, blindness fucking sucks! Kick-ass ninja reversals and jugular jump kicks are bitchin' with a side of boss, but put said action behind a brick fucking wall the cameraman thought it'd be ideal for the establishing shot, and you're just another asshole getting motherfucked behind some masonry. Go ninja, go to your room and think about what you've done, Platinum.
Street Fighter V.
The only thing lower than Street Fighter V's sales were my expectations going in, and it still managed to disappoint me. If that isn't the skid mark of a shitty game, my name isn't Wolfram Archibald von Fist the 15th Esquire. Some games are rushed to release but playable. Other games are released in a quasi-finished state, destined for months of frantic patchcraft to be made playable. Street Fighter V is the video game equivalent of a preteen pinching out a zygote in a prom night porta-john. Not to worry, Esmeralda, you can download the rest of your child as DLC. Street Fighter 4's problems were many, and for what it's worth, exhaustively detailed in my 2 videos on the franchise in question, but even if it felt like a Korean massage with no happy ending, at least the final product felt somewhat fucking final. Arcade mode, online play, a story that's an actual fucking story. Street Fighter V is a massage that never gets started.
Hello?
where you find out the Korean masseuse is actually Inuit, which is like an Eskimo with entitlement issues, and she sits in the corner doing crosswords, smoking Newports, and filing the corns off her cankles. From a subpar PC port to a 1/17th ass single-player mode to increasingly unpopulated multiplayer with netcode buggier than a crackhead's forearm, Yoshinori Ono, take a bow. It's time for you to fucking bounce. Compounding the catastrophe was how excellent seemingly every other fighting game was in 2016. From a spanking new Guilty Gear to the 14th King of Fighters, Street Fighter V looks all the worse because it's in the presence of games that don't suck the paint off a Camaro. Do yourself a solid, play those in fucking stead. Next!
Dishonored 2.
Hey, you remember how in the build-up to the first Dishonored, Harvey Smith and the Sunshine Gang trumpeted their new IP as a modern successor to Thief? Hey, you remember how that was a fucking lie? Well, welcome to Dishonored 2, the same game with the same basic failings, but now, instead of the teleportation-happy, lightning bolt-lobbing adventures of Hobo Skeletor, we get Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I mean, hey, look, it's a ninja chick! Alright, and Stephen Russell, the voice of Garrett from the actual Thief games. And now for a list of things casting Stephen Russell as Corvo fixed about Dishonored. Number 1. Corvo having the personality of an anal boil. Well, you've been a lovely audience, folks. 2 drink minimum. And don't forget to try the Shirley Temple. It's only half as fruity as its name, I promise. And now for the list of things Stephen Russell's velvet vocal cords do not fix. Number 1, a shitty script. Number 2, perfectly good voice actors being forced at gunpoint to read a shitty script. Number 3, guards that only part their toothless yaps to give free rein to their contempt of Corvo's assassination target, often while itemizing, at suspiciously high volumes, might I add, his precise latitude, longitude, and a list of his darkest abiding fears and food allergies simultaneously. At least Thief 4 merely held your hand. Dishonored 2 takes said hand, jams it up your ass, and proceeds to enlist the player in impromptu procto-puppetry. You can crow about a crowded holiday games market, shitty advertising, and a niche playstyle all you goddamn like. Dishonored 2 didn't sell because no one wants to buy dick. Just ask the Nightwing comic. Oh, and it's been more than 5 seconds. Has Harvey Smith's hipster ass mentioned lately that you can play as a broad?
And further, I hope people that were afraid of putting a female protagonist in the lead, for the sake of like giving lots of different people in our society a representational avatar, I hope it broadens the range like that.
Because the best reason to write a character into your slapdash story is to craft a vacuous, preachy, affirmative action ingenue. And don't forget to punish the Corvo players with a shitty ending. Silver lining though, at least the shitty ending matches the rest of this fucking game. Next!
No Man's Sky.
What takes 4 years, several $1 million, and ends with you masturbating with your own tears in the dark? No, not a Devin Ferrasi dinner date. Bitch, you know I'm talking about No Man's Game. But Razor, isn't it No Man's Buy? Maybe in your most feverish fuck fantasies it is. In the real world, the one you, I, and every other organic being but Gary Busey fucking inhabit, 9 cubic dongloads of you dipshits ignored and even chided my repeated warnings that all was not well in the harem of Hello Games and bought this shit anyway. I warned with ever-increasing volume and verve as delay compounded upon delay, as excuse compounded upon excuse, and gamers bit the pillow and braced for the final thrust that the final product wouldn't be 1/5 the length or girth promised in the Tinder photos. And sure as shit, when the game phallus flopped on our foreheads, it was more peppercini than pepperoni. I called this one early, I called it loud, and despite being resoundingly fucking vindicated, I caught more shit than a windsock and a turd typhoon. I ain't gonna brag much, but like, neener, bitch. And don't misinterpret this as me taking the piss out of procedural design. My favorite RPG, and in my eyes the crowning achievement of the Elder Scrolls series, is and always will be Daggerfall. But Daggerfall, this dog shit is not. Because it's the feature set, not the flora and fauna, that keep Daggerfall discs spinning in CD-ROM trays over 2 decades distant from its release. No Man's Sky is all steak and no sizzle. An unseasoned, unappetizing, often uncooked steak at a shitty restaurant with noisy patrons served by a retard who keeps ignoring your table. In short, it's the Olive Garden. And Sean Murray is the sweaty, overeager Mater D praying to fuck you fill up on salad and breadsticks so he doesn't have to do his goddamn job and bring your bologna a la pasta. Oh, just one moment, sir. Our roof caved in for the 5th time this week. What's that, sir? Why would a game studio located in Great Britain, a country whose primary exports are bad teeth and rain, not have its ceilings reinforced against inordinate rainfall? Hey, look! Multiplayer! Multiplayer may or may not be available in this plane of existence or any other. See store for details. Offer not available in this life. Until next year, I'm Razor Fist God fucking Speed.
We're about to fail!